way, and now we're going live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we froze.
And then we freeze, and then this is what happens, and we have a low panic attack while Alex tries to figure out why we're not. Hey, there we are, and here we are live on the feed, and another Wednesday, another smooth intro. Hello, welcome to the feed. I'm Mike, and this is Marty, and today we have Deb Collier with us, and it's December 12th, and welcome to the feed. Marty, you want to go with local events?
I have some local events this Friday night, and I wish we had the music. We should have had the music for Ladies' Night.
Yeah, Ladies' Night.
You could sing it for us. Mike.
I can't. I'm sorry.
This Friday night is the Shop Local Ladies' Night. So all of the downtown merchants will have special events going on. A lot of the merchants give a proceeds of what they take on Friday night into local charities. I know that Relay for Life is one of the charities. Dance Away Cancer is one of the charities. So it's a great night to shop. Even those ladies' night men can go to.
Is that true?
I've heard rumor that there might be some beverages of the alcoholic nature at various
that's
merchants
what I've
that
heard
you
too.
can go to. I'm not sure about that, but we'll start rumors. It also coincides with 3FBF, which is a BIFTA event that happens the third Friday of every month in downtown BF. Lots of the merchants have fun things going on. And Classic Movie this week, which is tonight. Tonight's the Classic Movie night. It's a Wonderful Life.
Oh, that's one of your favorites, isn't it?
I've never actually seen It's a Wonderful Life in entirety.
Oh,
and then
okay.
next Wednesday is Holiday Inn. And if you're looking for something to do on Saturday night, Eugene Friesen and Friends, A Perfect Solstice is happening at the Emmanuel Episcopal Church, which is 20 Church Street. So it's Eugene Friesen on cello, who's been a guest here on the feed before.
Yeah, he's
Joel
great.
Martin on piano, Elizabeth Rogers singing, and she has a stunning voice.
Amazing.
And Peter Eldridge singing also. So tickets are available at the or you usually can get tickets online, www.stonechurcharts.org.
Yeah, I saw one of I think 3 of the 4 people played last summer in that Gypsy Jazz thing. Oh man, that
Yeah,
was
the
really
concerts,
good.
it's a beautiful setting for the concerts, and it's really the concerts are always really nice events. So.
Great, thank you, Marty.
You're welcome.
And there's there's sizable discounts at the ladies' night, right? Isn't it like 20% off or something like that?
There's usually some good sales, yeah. Yep.
So you should check that out. Deb, how are you?
Well, good, thanks. How are you?
Deb's our new chamber director, the Greater Falls Regional Chamber of Commerce.
Yes, it's mouthful.
I was just gonna say, that's a mouthful.
It is a mouthful.
To say every time.
Interesting because it's a regional chamber of commerce. A lot of towns have you would think it'd be the Bellows Falls Chamber, but the Greater Falls Regional Chamber of Commerce actually covers both sides of the river from pretty much Charlestown down to Walpole, and then on this side of the river, Bellows Falls, and then out Saxon's River and Athens and Belmont and all those different.
I don't even think Belmont's out
Yeah,
there.
Belmont's out there somewhere.
No,
Come on.
Mike's just making stuff
I am.
up now.
That's one of my things I do is make things up as we
okay.
go along. So welcome to the show.
Well, thank you for
Thank
having
you
me.
for coming on. And you guys have a big event coming up tomorrow night, right?
Yes.
And you want to talk about it? Or?
Well, sure. It's our annual holiday mixer
Mhm.
with a silent auction to raise some funds so we can help folks grow in the area through the chamber. Coda and Coda sponsors it, and the Saxon's River Inn donates the night to us as well. So
Yeah, we have a slide here, and let's see if we can see this.
And I actually had a question. I was promoting it in my class this morning. I was talking about what's happening on the feed in my class this morning, and the question was brought up: can you come to the chamber mixer if you're not a chamber member?
yes.
Okay, because that's what we thought. Because I was saying, well, it seems to me that a mixer would be a way for someone to find out about the chamber, see who's in the chamber
absolutely.
network, and then think about joining. So that was the question.
Yep,
that
I've invited
question
a
the
lot of
day.
folks that I've been talking to over the last couple of weeks trying to get donations for the
Yeah.
silent auction,
Nice.
and said, of course, you're welcome to attend because we want to grow our membership.
Yeah,
and
that's a good
this is a
thing
good,
to know.
great one to do it because
Yeah,
it's
this-
so well.
And this is like the key, one of the things I want to talk about later was you do monthly mixers, and
We try to, yes.
you highlight their local businesses every month, but this is sort of like the keystone mixer of the year, right? Because
Yes.
it's like everybody comes together, Coda and Coda
They do
does
the
a really
gift of
nice
warmth.
job, and they give the
Yes.
gift of warmth, and
It's amazing, yeah.
yeah, which is Marty. You want to talk about the gift?
Yeah,
of
the
warmth?
gift of
or-
warmth is something that Coda and Coda has been doing, I think, going back to Hugh Coda's dad, I think. And
Yeah.
I think the story was, I don't want to preempt the story. Actually, I won't preempt the story, but there's something that we've been doing for a very long time. There's a story behind it. And if you want to hear the story, then you've got to come to the chamber mixer. I'm not going to tell you the story, but it's a very nice thing that they do for the community. And yeah, I think between the holiday season and the fact that it's at the inn, which is a big space, it's usually one of the best attended chamber
Absolutely.
mixers.
Yeah, yeah.
Of course,
So-
we'd like to change that. We'd like to make them all big events.
True, true.
But, well, this should be a very nice night. So.
Yeah, tomorrow night, and so the gift of warmth is not. It's a drawing, right? It's not a. You get
Yes.
by attending, you get to put your name in the hat
Yep,
for the
your
gift
business,
of
put your
warmth.
business card in,
Yeah.
and they'll draw your card, and then you get to choose usually a charity that you want to give it to. or
Yeah,
some-
yeah,
someone
yeah.
like that.
And so it's a great way to come in and support the community, but also to give.
To get back.
Yeah, you give back to the community. So it's an interesting idea, and I hope people will go just for that reason. But the other
Yes.
thing that's going on is there's a great sort of I don't want to say dinner, but it's an hors d'oeuvres and,
Hors d'oeuvres, yep.
people mix and they have drinks and they have things that they do. But also there's a silent auction where different companies have donated basically prizes or
Yeah,
things
some-
that they
yeah.
may produce, like the I think the fitness center has donated a.
Marty hasn't gotten the fitness center gift certificate written
But I'm
up
sure
yet, but
she will
it is coming.
by the time.
The intention was to have it this morning, but it hasn't gotten quite there yet. But yes, there'll be a gift certificate from the inn. But what's this
Yeah,
little
this is a
gift basket?
gift basket from
Harlow's.
Harlow's, and it's that's
Stand,
that
yeah.
looks pretty good. Doesn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah, and then there's a little bit wider shot of
Yeah.
that. I don't let's see that we're.
Mike was having fun with his camera yesterday.
I was
He
having.
was,
I
yeah.
stopped by the chamber yesterday and had fun with the camera and looked at things and now we're and then so the Vermont Country Store gave a gift basket.
Yes, that's.
I just
great.
happened to have
One of those?
one of those last year. It is amazing how much stuff is in the gift. It's a bag first of all,
Yeah.
and then it's just full of maple
Goodies?
syrup
Ooh,
and
nice.
cookies and
And there's-
common crackers
Yeah,
and
and
cheese.
there's a gift certificate in there as well.
Oh, yeah.
to
Oh,
the-
wow.
So it's really a
To the,
great,
yeah,
you
country
know, a
store.
great thing.
And that bag
And
alone
then-
is incredible.
Yeah, it is. And then our friends down at the bookstore, who Village Bookstore always
We'll always step up to the plate.
yeah,
Yeah,
Village
absolutely.
Booksellers, and so they put they have a gift basket together or a bag, I guess
Yep.
you'd call it, and then there are beauty products from is it Simone's or
Simone's gave us
Yeah.
some, Paul's Main Salon, and I think that's
okay, and then a lot of gift cards.
a lot of gift cards.
Yeah, there were
Yes.
there's a ton of gift
Just in
cards
time
from.
for the holidays.
Yeah, which is
do your
you can
shopping.
either if you bid on the gift cards, you can either use them yourself or you
I
can
see
give them
two right there I can use, but
I know.
and flat iron.
And flat iron and Jade H because that's a great one at Jade H because there's just I know,
I know,
it's
that's
more of
for
a guy
practical
thing.
stuff. That's for practical stuff. Who wants practical stuff?
It's a guy
Oh, yeah, it's a
thing.
guy.
Yeah, there's
It's like-
Boccaccio's in there. I didn't mention
Yeah,
the other
yeah.
hairdresser there. Yep.
And then the Rock and Hammer has some great jewelry
Oh,
that
yes.
I have
That
another
piece
slide
is-
in here of that
That's
one. And
a
then
heavy piece. That's nice.
yeah, oil and lube. So another practical guy sort of
Yeah, I
thing.
kind of
but
like that.
yeah.
I'm looking more
Yeah.
at the jewelry versus
Well, yeah.
the blue oil filter job. I was saying. Now
This
this is
is-
the one I've been waiting. I'm waiting
Oh, yes.
because I'm intrigued by this one because I recognize that label.
Yeah, this is and the size of this was what got me. This is like
Yeah.
it's
Well,
because
well, not quite.
we
It
want,
makes you that size.
but this box is amazing because we usually get the little, you know,
Little mouse?
yeah, little
Little
mouse
mouse
boxes and there's something, but this is an
Savings
amazing
Bank
thing
Walpole
from Burdick's.
donated
Yeah.
that.
Oh, really?
For Burdick's, yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah, it's a great thing.
incredible,
So
yeah.
there's the sort of the scale of the whole thing.
Yeah.
The And then Silver Forest did a whole bunch of earrings. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's-
and then there's there's some gift cards from the quilting center. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
You've got a nice array. I think that's a more varied array than I've seen
Oh,
in the past. I think in the past it's been
Mhm.
mostly gift certificates and not quite so many. Sometimes it's nice to get like an actual something,
Yeah.
like the bag of books or the
Yeah,
you know,
well, these
the
little
items.
earrings
Items, I
is
guess, is
just
the word.
great.
Yeah,
They'd be
okay.
great stocking stuffers, you know.
Yeah.
Or if you're, I mean, for me, they're great stocking stuffers. For you might actually use
Wear
them. This is back to that gift bag of the Vermont Country Store. There's just so
yes,
much
they're
stuff in
so
there.
supportive of the chamber.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
are. And then I like this one a lot.
Oh,
More
yes.
mainly for, and I'm not sure what that's called. Is that called? It's a tin sort of box from the Wyndham Antique Center, and I don't know whether that's called depression glass or.
I'm not
or-
sure
Yeah,
either.
but it's that multicolored glass. It's really pretty.
Yes.
It's an amazing gift. It would be very nice.
Appropriate for the holidays.
Yeah,
'cause it kinda
appropriate for the
catches light.
holidays. It catches the light. It's really pretty. And then.
As a
but-
bird
Who, you know.
Who doesn't
it's-
recognize that label?
Yeah,
Well,
who
maybe
doesn't?
people don't, but.
But, yeah, Birdie's chocolate is just, especially this time of year, I think is a great
Oh,
gift.
yeah.
Because they just, I mean, who doesn't like chocolate or knows
I-
somebody who likes chocolate?
I
And
think it'd be few and far between to find someone who does chocolate, especially their chocolate.
yeah. And then this is a closer shot of the Rock and Hammer necklace. It's really a nice piece. It's silver and I think that's silver, but
You're
Yep.
doing this all as a silent auction so
Yes.
that people can place their bids
Yes.
and then keep an eye on the table. And then if someone goes and bids, you gotta go bid.
That's right,
You
you
gotta
have
go
to
bid. Are
bid.
you having a minimum dollar up
Yes.
bid? What,
Yeah.
$5 up or?
it's gonna
Not
depend
sure,
on
Not
the.
sure
Yeah,
yet.
it depends on the-
Depend on the item. okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I'm just planning my
Yeah, yeah.
strategy.
Okay.
Because I got my eye, I'm not gonna say what I got my eye on, because I don't want everybody overbidding me.
Yeah.
Or coming and bidding me up, but I have my eye on something,
Well,
so
we
I was
also have some
curious.
other items that haven't even come in yet, like I have some lift tickets to Mount Snow.
Yeah, that'll be great.
Got some artwork coming in from local artists. Trying to think what else.
Yeah.
More, yeah.
Good, so it sounds like you've got a really nice array of things, and that's the fun, that's one of the fun things, actually,
Yes.
about that mixer too, because at the regular monthly chamber mixers, you usually give away a gift, like you put your name, you put your
Yeah.
business card in a drawing, there's one gift given away. But
Yes.
this one is more,
Yeah.
it's more, because it's one of your fundraisers too.
Absolutely, yes.
Because
So-
that's good to point out that the chamber runs on both donations from fundraising and from chamber members.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
you need to have both
We do.
Yeah,
to
that's
keep the
very.
chamber viable.
And then like to include, seems like we focus more on the Vermont side, I need to focus more on New Hampshire side to
Yeah,
include
because
those
it is a
folks.
regional chamber of
Yeah,
commerce.
and they don't have a
it's support-
representative,
yeah.
so they need, someone
Yeah.
to support them as well.
Along those lines, are you looking for people to represent, like, board members and people to volunteer? Because
Absolutely.
this is a good time to talk about that too, is that a lot of our local service organizations always need board members and volunteers. So if you are in the community, you want to support the community, if you maybe recently retired, or if you're a young person coming up and want to learn about how does a board
Yeah, that's right.
operate,
Yeah.
or how did, if you're thinking, well, I want to really be part of this community, and you might want to think about joining one of these boards or
Absolutely.
working
Or
with Deb or,
Yeah, or high school students that need to get their community hours in.
yeah, good
They could
point.
come and help
Because you
you out in
guys
the
do,
office.
you do a lot of events. I mean, and you especially need volunteers, like when you do the Old Home Days in the summer.
yes.
Boy, that's a big,
That's a big
thing,
big
and
one, yeah.
it's a good opportunity for kids to get out. And it's not like it's not fun. I mean, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, you're involved in all the activities right
Yeah,
there.
you're doing
so-
everything. You're helping set up all the events and do the events, and so it really it gets you to.
It's good, if someone was interested, what's the best way to contact you, Deb?
Can either come on down to the chamber office at the Waypoint Center, or we're on Facebook, Twitter, we're getting on Instagram and all the
All
other.
the social, all the fun
Yeah.
All the
social media.
Or
Trying
you
to
could just
expand.
call.
My, how the times have changed.
I know.
Because your background is in newspaper, correct?
Yes,
You used to run the town crier.
yes,
So it's a little bit different promoting now, isn't it?
it is.
I know we have to be like this all the time.
I know. It's like before you could just walk into a business, oh, I'm doing the newspaper. Okay, they would advertise the newspaper. Now it's not so easy to.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Different times, you have to adapt and reinvent yourself.
And one of the good things about the chamber is you guys have a pretty big website that, that each business who becomes a member of the chamber gets a page on, and sort of, or, I don't know if it's called
get a
a
little
page,
blurb.
but you get a
Yeah.
blurb.
Well, we
And
are
it-
updating that
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it's
And so,
becomes a little antiquated, I think, so we're trying to make it much more interactive. You could click on there and become a member, that's what we're working
Mhm,
for, and, put your links to your business or whatever on there as well.
Yeah,
That's
because
one of our main focuses right now.
I
is
think a lot of
updating the
people who come into an area and want to figure out what to do will go to the chamber website or
Yes,
call the
yes.
chamber and say, you know, I'm visiting Bellows Falls, what should I do? So it's a good place for
Mm-hmm.
businesses to get on board and say, well, yeah, I have my information there, so that, if you don't have your information there, it's hard for Deb to say anything about it. But if you do, then it's
Yeah,
really,
absolutely.
it's a big
I'm like
boost.
a salesman and you only have to pay once a year, or whatever.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's it.
So what other events, I know that once you get kind of into the winter season, there's not quite as much opportunity, but what other events are you gonna try anything new this year, or?
I hope to, because it seems like like a mixer isn't for every member of the chamber, so
Mhm,
I'm trying to expand, our horizons, I guess, or whatever, to include more people, different interests for people.
Like
You would-
different types of
yeah.
social events for the
Like
for the
if we had
members?
a poker event, or,
Oh, yeah, good
or
idea.
Trivia night,
yeah.
trivia night?
I had suggested arm wrestling Wednesday, so my
How
board,
did that go over?
my board laughed at that. They said, well,
That's
we
great.
need to, include other members that aren't interested in going to a social gathering like that,
Mhm.
so.
But you do a lot of social events. I mean, you do a monthly mixer, and then you've just finished up doing the chili and chowder
Yeah.
cook-off. And tonight, so that was last month. This month, you're doing the big mixer, which
Yeah.
is the Christmas mixer. And then come spring, you'll be looking at, don't you do the business of the year then?
Well,
and
we
the
do the person of the year.
person of the year.
And an annual
right.
dinner.
Yeah,
so.
and so, I mean, there's
Yeah.
probably something every quarter, and
Yeah.
plus one every month for the mixers. So, I guess one of the things I'm looking at is because being on the feed too, we hear of new businesses coming in, and we talk, and one of the difficulties that people have coming to Bellows Falls is when you're a brand new business, how do you get the word out about it?
Absolutely,
You know,
yeah.
how do you say, hey, here I am, and so the chamber is a really good way to do that. I mean, because one, you're gonna see all the other business people, and then two,
Yeah.
they're there for you.
Yeah, it's a
when
great
people-
opportunity to
yeah.
network and to get bounce ideas off of each other, and so get to know especially if you're not from the area and you come here and start a business,
Mm-hmm.
to meet other people, local people that you can
Yeah, because I think the best,
interact with.
really the best way to sustain your business is to have local support and have local people saying, oh yeah, I went over there and I had, whatever.
Yes.
I either picked up their service or I ate some of their food or I did some, and it was great. And when someone does that,
Yeah.
that's
Word
a-
of mouth. Well, I think that's one thing that we have a particularly strong thing going in Bells Falls, is that businesses are really good about promoting and supporting other businesses. And I think, so that's, to get into that pipeline, the chamber is kind of your gateway to get into meeting other business people and to come to mixers. And I think, yes, if you're new to the area, it's definitely a way
Mhm.
to come to a mixer, meet other people, and then, so if you, I went there, I did that, and word of mouth, because word of mouth is
absolutely.
hands down
Yep.
your best advertising.
And then, as you do that, the logical next step is then to host a mixer, right?
Right.
Because then, once you've been and you sort of meet people at the mixers, you can go, hey,
Come
let's
to my
come
place.
on over to
Yeah.
my place, and then
Check us
people
out.
get
Yeah.
to see what what you're actually doing, and that's a really great way to promote your business. It is, because people are going to come in, they're all going to see what you're doing, they're going to be appreciative that you're hosting the mixer, and then they're going to go out and say, hey, we had a mixer the other night at this place, and it was amazing. And that's how that word of mouth spreads.
And hosting a mixer really isn't that involved, correct? You have to pick a date.
Yeah.
It's usually a Wednesday night. It's usually 2 hours, right? 5:30 to 7:30.
Yeah, at the most, yeah.
And you have to provide food because that's usually what draws people to the
That's
mixer.
true, yes.
And maybe other beverages.
Yeah.
And
Depending
you
on
just
what you do,
you open your business up and you do the advertising for it.
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Easy peasy.
Easy peasy.
What are we waiting for, huh?
What are we waiting for? Mike's doing a mixer next week Mike's
On
gonna
the
do-
feed. We're going to do a
We're
mixer
gonna do a
right
feed
here.
mixer. Like
Are you?
everybody can come in and have a chance to be on the
It's a
feed.
Wednesday.
It's a Wednesday.
We just do it
We haven't done morning
Wednesday, 7:30
mixers?
in the morning.
Morning mixers.
Yes.
There we go. Coffee and donuts.
Well, there you go.
I just an aside, a personal aside is, I was talking with Deb about coming on the feed, and she's like, 7:30 in the morning? Are you sure?
No, I got up this morning, it's still dark. People get up and it's dark.
But we really like having you here. I
Well,
know
thank
it's,
you for having
it's
me.
difficult, and it's one of our most difficult things is getting people to get up in the morning.
I know
and
it is.
come
It's if
in
we had had this
and
at
act like they're
7:30 at
like
night.
excited to be here.
See, we're morning people, so we're
Yeah.
used
Yeah.
to it.
Yeah.
But
I didn't get that gene. I got it from my dad, the other from my dad. My mom has the,
Your
your
mom
mom,
has the
the
incredible morning gene,
morning,
doesn't
yes.
she?
the most
She's
recent
amazing.
person of the year, by the way,
Yes.
Chamber
Yeah,
of Commerce,
yeah.
Alice Perry,
Good for
the
her.
reigning person of the year.
that's true, yes. I was quite
Speaking as a
excited to see that.
past
Speaking as a
person of the
past
year,
person of the year, but
she
that
had
was,
to
that was a long
retire
time
her
ago. I had to
crown,
retire my
and
crown.
she's, it hasn't been the same
It
since.
hasn't been the same since I had to retire my tiara.
We might have to work on that, get you one to keep.
There we go. There we go.
So, one of the things that and I'm gonna maybe surprise you a little bit on this,
Okay.
is you, and I was talking with you yesterday, you brought up about the insurance that is available through the Chamber of Commerce. And I remember years ago, that was like one of the biggest draws of people coming, as far as small businesses coming into the chamber, was there
Yes,
was
yeah.
health insurance available at a reduced rate. And I wasn't sure where that went with when the Affordable Care Act came in, and when the Vermont, what's that, Vermont
Health
Care?
Connect.
Vermont Health Connect.
Yeah,
And I
we did
wasn't
lose
sure
that
how.
as an option for our chamber, so that's why I think we were, losing some membership because
Uh-huh. But is that back now, or?
we just got it back.
Oh, really?
The health,
Can
yeah.
you talk a little bit about that? Because I'm curious myself, because we run a business and we try to, it's difficult to provide health care for your
Absolutely.
employees.
You just have to be a chamber member.
Okay.
At the various rates here, depending on how big your chamber is, your business is. And there's, I believe, 3 healthcare options, different tiers. So,
But that's
that you
something
can-
else that people could call you about and get
Yes.
more information.
or I can
'Cause-
give them to my
Well, I
insurance
understand.
broker,
Yeah,
actually,
exactly.
because
Yeah.
she could probably fill in
You're
all
the
the details.
conduit. You're
Yes.
not the insurance
But
agent, you're the person.
We offer the
who-
health insurance, we offer vision insurance and dental separate, so you can do them all.
Oh, that's
have them
pretty
all.
cool.
Yeah.
So that's a really nice
Yes.
perk to have back as a chamber member.
Oh,
'cause
yes.
I think sometimes that's the question, is what's the perk of a chamber member? And that's one of the things is as a collective, you have that bargaining power to get insurance, which
Absolutely,
most
yeah.
small businesses can't. 1 or 2 person businesses, they can't do it.
Yeah, it's,
So we're getting down to 30 seconds.
I know,
time.
that's-
I'm the
'cause
timekeeper. Mike gets going. I'm the
I always get-
timekeeper.
Have to get cut off here, because I get excited, like this always happens, I get excited at the end when we start talking about some, the perks of being a chamber member. There really are a lot. I mean, there's the insurance, there's the advertising, there's the ability to network with other people. So, I want to thank you for coming on.
Well, thank you
and
for having me.
Getting up early in the morning. And,
well, I do get up early, it's just getting out and seeing people.
And next week on the feed, we have Dr. Johanna Ryan coming back to talk about health tips to stay healthy during the holiday season.
All right, and that's all the time we
That's
have for
all the time we
today. We
have.
actually managed to end on time. Thank you, Bellows Falls. Get ready for the holidays, and we'll see you next week.
That's it, folks, for the feed. Be sure to catch us every Wednesdays at 7:30 a.m. Also, find us on Facebook at Fact TV, or tell us what you think. thefeed8@gmail.com. And don't forget to watch the feed online at www.fact8.com.